If you have dark underarms, rough texture, or odor that just won't go away no matter how much deodorant you use, or maybe you just get a lot of ingrown hairs and razor bumps in your armpits and you want to put an end to them, you want to stay tuned because I'll be showing you a way to get your underarms smooth, bright, and fresh, and no, not just with another deodorant, but actually with glycolic acid. And also guys, real quick before we get started, it would mean the world to me if you hit the like button, subscribe only if you enjoyed the content, and turn the bell on to stay up to date with new weekly videos. First, let's talk about what glycolic acid is and how it works. Glycolic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid, AHA, derived from sugarcane that works as a chemical exfoliant. It has the smallest molecular size of all the AHAs, meaning it penetrates deeply into the skin to break down excess skin cells, excess oils, and impurities. Because remember, according to the 500 Dalton rule, a molecule needs to be less than 500 Daltons to effectively penetrate the skin. Glycolic acid sits around 76 Daltons, which makes it great for getting under the skin and working its magic. And unlike physical scrubs that can cause micro tears and irritation, like those microbeads and some scrubs, glycolic acid allows the skin cells to shed naturally and reveals the smoother, brighter skin underneath. I compare it to lactic acid in this video, which I highly encourage you to watch next. Now, why should you consider using glycolic acid specifically for your underarms? There are three major benefits. Number one, it brightens dark underarms. One of the biggest concerns people have is hyperpigmentation, which can make the underarms appear darker than the rest of the body. This often happens due to friction, shaving, irritation, or believe it or not, deodorant buildup. So the theory is glycolic acid speeds up cell turnover, and this helps to fade discoloration over time and reveals your even-toned skin. Further than this, glycolic acid disrupts corneocyte cohesion in the stratum corneum, which is the outermost layer of the epidermis. It does this by chelating the calcium ions and weakening the desmosomal junctions between your keratinocytes. Now, this is great because it allows the pigmented cells to shed more efficiently because their bonds are no longer strong to work with. And they won't trap the pigmented cells underneath anymore, ultimately leading to a visibly brighter complexion. Number two, it's a natural way to fight odor. Did you know that underarm odor isn't actually caused by sweat? Sweat itself, for the most part, is odorless, but when it mixes with bacteria living on the skin, it creates that unpleasant smell. For example, we all know that underarms provide a warm and moist and nutrient-rich environment, right? Making them ideal habitat for bacteria. The dominant bacteria in this region include your Cutibacterium, which break down the triglycerides and lipids from the sweat. Some staph species live down there too, which break down sweat into fatty acids that cause the odor. And most importantly, Corynebacterium, which is the primary bug that's responsible for that strong body odor because they specialize in producing volatile sulfur compounds. The theory behind glycolic acid is because it lowers the skin's pH, making it harder for odor-causing bacteria to thrive. This means it can act as your natural deodorant alternative without blocking sweat glands like the aluminum-based antiperspirants can. And number three, it prevents ingrown hairs and razor bumps. So if you shave or wax your underarms, you're probably familiar with red inflamed bumps and painful ingrown hairs, right? Let me know if you get any of those. These happen when the skin cells clog the hair follicle, trapping hair underneath the skin. Glycolic acid exfoliates deep within the pores, keeping them clear and reducing the chances of ingrown hairs forming. But the real question is a 20% glycolic acid safe for your skin type? The good news is that glycolic acid can be used on all skin types, but there are some important things to consider. If you have sensitive skin, it's best to start with a lower concentration and work your way up to avoid irritation. For example, the QRxLabs 10% pads or the Naturium one. Those with dry skin should always follow up with fragrance-free moisturizer to prevent overexfoliation. The Cerave moisturizing cream does a good job for the underarms. Just wait until the product is fully dry before you add the moisturizer. And of course, oily and combination skin types tend to tolerate the glycolic acid well too, because especially in a gentle hydrating formula like the QRxLabs, I wanted to compare it actually, the 20% resurfacing pads, with the ordinary glycolic acid 7% exfoliating toner. I wanted to see which one is actually truly the better option for underarm care, because most people are using this one by The Ordinary and are experiencing mixed results with it. While The Ordinary 7% glycolic acid toner has been popular choice for that underarm exfoliation, it has a much lower concentration of glycolic acid, meaning results do take longer to appear with it. This is going to explain why it's been weeks and you may have not seen any brightening results with it. But that's not to say it doesn't work, right? And it even might be a great choice if you're sensitive to higher glycolic acid combinations and you want an alternative to deodorant. But for the brightening effects, some folks do just require a higher concentration. And also the QRxLabs one has an easy to use pre-soaked pad. So instead of having to pour out a liquid toner onto a cotton pad, this one is more convenient. So basically it's stronger, faster, and more nourishing approach to underarm exfoliation compared to The Ordinary 7% glycolic acid toner. And finally guys, how would you use it? If you're ready to start using glycolic acid for your underarms, here's the best way to do it. Step 1, start slowly. If you're new to glycolic acid, begin by using it 2 to 3 times a week to allow your skin to adjust, then increase it to daily use as your skin builds tolerance. Step 2, you want to apply it to clean, dry skin after showering. Pat your underarms dry and swipe one QRxLabs resurfacing pad over the area and don't apply it to freshly shaved skin. Step 3, let it absorb fully. Give it at least a few minutes to dry before putting on a moisturizer or clothes. This prevents product transfer and ensures maximum effects. Step 4, if you have sensitive skin, applying a fragrance-free moisturizer afterward can help prevent dryness, but it really is up to you. And step 5, always wear sunscreen if exposed to sun. While most people's underarms aren't directly exposed to sunlight, if you plan to wear sleeveless tops, use an SPF to protect against sun sensitivity, especially if your discoloration is from a UV related condition.